Today's topic is, should you add TikTok to your marketing strategy? And I think there's one important question you've got to ask yourself. Isn't that right, Andrew?
I believe it is, Josh. And that question is that where your audience is? Because if it is, then perhaps you should be on there. If they aren't, then perhaps you shouldn't.
Brilliant. End of podcast. There we go.
Yep, nice and easy. Too easy there. And Josh is frozen at the same time. His whole thing is frozen. In all the years of his saying his website is, not his website, his internet is great. No, he froze. He completely froze. That was Josh.
I can still hear you. I'm still here.
There we go. But no, it does, Andrew. You're absolutely right. It does depend if your audience is on TikTok or not. Because if they're not, then you're wasting your time and effort. And it's really important to understand that the lifespan of a what do you call them, TikTok or whatever, a video or something, or reel or something on TikTok is a matter of minutes, if that. And you've got a few minutes, if not, to gather your audience and build it. And it can feel overwhelming, and it can also feel like you are not getting any traction toward building your business, because it's just a lot of effort going into one video. Because the quality of videos on TikTok these days are huge. The production value is massive on some people getting these things to get them go viral. So you have to understand, as your audience here, and most of the time I'd say no, because a lot of people, a lot of professionals who we work with and people all over the world in health and fitness, they don't really spend that much time on TikTok. So I'm not saying you can't get clients from it, because I can share a case study of what we did and how we used TikTok to get clients last year. But that was a very specific and different audience, right, Josh? It was more for cricket players. And it was a testing run to see if we could do the same strategies. And we did. We tried it for 6 to 8 weeks. We built a following from 0 to 2,500 followers. And we did pick up 3 or 4 clients. But those clients came to us having watched a video on TikTok. They then went to the podcast, listened to the podcast we were doing. They then checked the website out. And then they came to us a couple of weeks later. That was the cycle. So it wasn't an instant buy or sell. It's a long-term strategy in place. So we got multiple pieces of the puzzle happening. So I think TikTok is an important marketing strategy, but it's like the icing on the cake. It's to draw a lot of eyeballs to your already established platform and the foundations of a website, a podcast, a YouTube channel, to get that interaction and get that trust and develop that trust with you guys.
Yeah, so I was going to say, if you're the only place you're on or you're advertising on is TikTok, you're probably not going to be successful. You're not, even if your market you're going after it, or also on TikTok, if you haven't got, you don't have to have a podcast, but if you haven't got a website for them to then go to, or maybe some content on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, you haven't got something else, another channel for them to go to, you're probably not going to be successful. Would you agree?
I would. I would as well. And I think the way I look at it is that not only TikTok, but any social media platform, that's your outpost. That's where you raise your hand, you wave through delivering good quality content to generate interest, to stop the scroll for just enough time that they get to see and hear what your message is. But then I feel that and this is what we discuss within our Strength Matters community, is that then we're guiding them to our home, our digital home, which is, or should be, your website, where you can then develop that relationship, showcase through a blog post or articles or podcast or whatever other additional pieces of content you look to create. But ultimately we're looking to trying to get them onto our mailing list, which then we can then enhance that relationship through ongoing drip feeds of emails where we deliver good quality value. And as James says, then that's when they start to get a good feel for who you are. The confidence grows, trust is built to such an extent that at the right time for them, they're going to take action, and that action is then looking to connect, to get onto a strategy call or whatever your next step in the process is.
It is, and it's interesting to know that we were posting the same content on Instagram and on TikTok, and we grew to about 300 followers on Instagram in the same space, but 2,500 on TikTok, and they were way more engaged on TikTok when we were doing this thing for Cricket Matters. So we posted quick tips for cricketers to improve their game in the realms of health and fitness, stuff that we knew that was instant. So it was like less than 30 to 40 seconds, or less than 60 seconds always. And we posted those clips online. Now, to do those clips, it took us a day and a half, wasn't it, Josh, to film all that, to all the content. So we had lots of videos to do it, and we posted daily. And it was time consuming. So if anything, I think it was a good starting point. But it was like, we've stopped posting content there because we're so busy focused on Strength Matters now. We've left it just ticking over in the background. The website's ticking over, we're getting a couple of clients here and there, but I'm okay with that because we're not really pushing it that hard because we don't want to. But it was a lot of work and effort to edit, create and develop and then post and schedule every day. And it wasn't a smart move long term for us because there's way more other things we needed to do. Did it get us clients? Yes. Did we make back about $3,000 to $5,000? Yes. Is that a huge amount of revenue in terms of the fitness business? It can be if it's just on your own, that's all you've got. However, the cost-benefit ratio wasn't there for us at the start. Now, absolutely, we want to do this, want to get a bigger team in place and get it on here. But for a professional service business, I don't think it's a good place to be relying on the clients. E-commerce, like a little gadget or something, like, hey, check out this new iPhone case, or check out this new strap for your watch. They can target you, all these Apple users and stuff like that. Absolutely, because that's something you can want to buy instantly. But selling your services, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder.
So, Andrew, should you add TikTok to your marketing strategy?
I guess in short, the answer is it depends. It's depending if your client base is on there. But for me, and I think just in closing, bigger picture thing, creating content takes significant time. We want to be delivering good quality content. There's a lot of competitors out there that are up in the game each and every week. So I'm less is more. Quality over quantity, and then focus where your larger audience base is, and build from there. So in essence, it depends.
And that is a good place to wrap it up. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review and subscribe. And if you want to find out what's holding you back from growing your fitness business, get yourself a free website audit by going to strengthmatters.com/audit.